Hello, everybody. It's me again. It's Zen. So happy October. It's officially October. Doesn't I know a couple of September Libras, and we're absolutely cool. We're absolutely cool with the September Libras. It's just I don't feel like I'm really in Libra season until it hits October, to be honest. So yeah, so what's up? Happy birthday to those Libras out there. What's up? All right, so yeah, tomorrow's gonna be a new moon. I totally forgot to do like actual research on the new moon. Maybe I'll talk more about the actual new moon tomorrow, or the day after. But I don't know. I'm in a new moon energy right now. I'm appreciating the newness. Um, Libra is my sister air sign. They call it my sister sign, right? I'm Aquarius, and I'm gonna tell you why I appreciate Libra energy for me. I honestly feel like Libra is actually the more grounded of the air signs, considering the symbol for Libra is a scales. Scales is a physical object that actually sits on the ground and weighs you, right? It's also Ma'at energy, like Ma'at, M-A-A-T, balancing the scales. But I consider it the more grounded air signs, and so this is a really good time to, if you're anything like me, typical Aquarius thing, or a lot of us do this. You don't have to be an Aquarius thing, obviously, but I get all these ideas, right? I be churning all these ideas, and sometimes I'll start something, and then I get another idea, and I start another thing. Maybe I don't finish this one. Sometimes I'll get an idea and I'll start it, and then maybe I'm not feeling the way it's going, and I might get kind of like easily discouraged or sidetracked, because then I'll just jump to another thing like, that's taking too long. I'm gonna do this other thing instead. And what I appreciate about that Libra energy is it's a really, really great time to take inventory. Take inventory of all those ideas that may have been piling up, and take inventory of some of the ideas that you started and didn't finish. I actually literally the other day went to start a new project, and I just couldn't do it. And I started to feel bad, but then I was like, then I had a moment, right? And about a day went by, and I had like a duh moment, like, duh, Z, like, there's all these other things that you started and didn't finish. Why are you starting another thing? And so I'm like, okay. So I took a deep breath, went for a walk like I usually do. I like just going for a walk. It's good to kind of like reset, regather yourself. Take a nap. That regathers, take a nap, have a snack, regather yourself, and go back to finish some of the things that you started. So like Libra is a really good energy to ground the ideas. That's what I'm getting at. Even if you can't start, it's a really good idea to just take stock, take inventory. Which of these ideas can I still do? Which of these ideas do I need to just kind of throw away? Like maybe you had an idea, something you wanted to do like 5 years ago, and 5 years have gone by, and it's like some ideas grow stale. Sometimes you can revise an idea, right? You can say, oh, you know what? I can still do something like that. Now that I've learned these other new things, I can do it this way instead. Not just instead, but I can do it this way. I can add this to it. I can do it like that. And so that's essentially what I've been doing. Just taking stock of a lot of the ideas that I started, a lot of the projects that I started, and seeing what I can actually finish right now. And if it doesn't feel finishable, throw it away. Right? This is a good time to also do a process of elimination. When I think of Libra signs, I also the Libras in my life especially, I grew up around a lot of Libras actually, and they're really good with, I feel like Libras are really good with work that involves great detail. Like my sister's a Libra. My literal sister's a Libra. It's not just my sister's sign, right? It's my literal sister's sign. And the job that she has right now, she's an admin assistant. However, the particular task that she has, that position was available because no one else wanted to do it. No one else wanted to do it, right? So that particular position was available because no one else really wanted to do it, because it required so much attention to detail and it was so tedious. And my sister loves that stuff. It's like the more detailed and like fine it is, the more it's almost like that's her happy place. And so I was lucky enough to grow up sharing a room with someone who's just naturally very neat and organized. And so she did most of the cleaning of our room. A lot of the times I would leave and come back and the room is clean. And it wasn't until she moved out that I realized how much of a rat pack I was. And so I was like collecting a lot of stuff all of a sudden, because I didn't have her anymore to throw stuff away. She's definitely that kind of person. If you leave something out on the table for too long, she's gonna throw it away. And so like it forces you to actually like organize your stuff. Kind of forces me a little bit to be organized with my things. Otherwise, she ends up throwing it away or giving it away because she thought you didn't want it. You let it sit there for so long. Logic. Libras are very logical that way. It's like you act like you didn't want it, so I gave it away. I threw it away. So there's that, right? So so I appreciate the energy for that. And I decided to pull some cards today, since I did all that yapping, just talking about life the other day. And it's fun how life coincides with itself, because the reading essentially piggybacks off of it. Just continues the conversation, right? I took some notes. That's why I have this notebook. It's notes in a notebook. That's what notebooks are for, right? I actually wrote some stuff down this time. See, being in my Libra energy, getting more organized. I decided this month especially, I'm like, in order to keep myself from being overwhelmed, I'll say like, let's see what I can get done this month, right? Today's the 1st. So that's also why I was like, let me do a thing. I'm like, what does that look like? Because that's my issue. I start things, I put things down. It's like, what does it look like for me to spend every day this month working on something, actually working on something until it's finished? What does that look like? It's been a while. Let's see. Okay, right. So the first card, and it was some really nice things that I wrote down that I also wanted that I wanted to share. That's also my one. Okay. Anyway, so the first thing that came out was, what was the first thing that came out? What made me pick that card? Wait, is this the right one? No. Okay, wrong day. All right, I'm back. The first card that came out was Four of Pentacles. It's Four of Pentacles, right? What I have down here for Four of Pentacles is, I live an abundant life and I have more than I need. I live an abundant life and I have more than I need. And it was this whole long spiel, but I took out this one quote that I really liked. She opens her heart to reality. She opens her heart to reality that money comes and goes, and that her own generosity of spirit will be the investment in her future, right? And so if you're someone who maybe experienced a lot of people taking things from you, right? And so that your knee-jerk reaction to having a lot of things taken from you might be to start clutching your things more. And I think I even said that in the last video. It's like I started getting into a bit of a stingy energy because of experiences I've had with people I felt were just ungrateful. Not appreciating my time, not appreciating my attention, not appreciating my gifts, not appreciating me sharing those gifts. And it did kind of make me kind of grasp it a little tighter. And it's like, you know what, I'm not sharing nothing no more. These people don't appreciate me, right? I got a little bit into that energy. And of course, as without goes within, right? As without goes within, as let me see. Yeah, that stuff. And so it's like the energy of stinginess is just going to attract more stinginess, right? So if we want to attract generosity, we need to be generous. And keeping in the energy of Libra and organized, it's like, well, where can I be generous? It's okay. Maybe there are some things you need to keep to yourself. Maybe you don't need to be giving out money right now. But in this case, I can start shooting these YouTube videos, and I can just start sharing that way. It's general. It's more general, and it's more free flowing. And I can go back. I can go to sleep at night knowing I shared today. It's like, cause I generally am a generous person. I am a generous person, and so if you're like myself, and you're a generous person, and you're a giving person, and you've had some experience of feeling not appreciated, that's what trauma does. Trauma sometimes makes it influences us in a way that we're not being ourselves, right? So I process that and think to myself, okay, I don't have to not be my generous self. I just need to be more mindful about where I'm generous and how I'm generous. So there's that. So like, what can you share? And that's the great thing about the internet, right? It's like, it's a lot of things that whenever I want to learn how to do something, where do I go? I go to YouTube to learn how to do it. How do I put a lock on my door? How do I fix my own bike? Right? Because other people are sharing, and I've been benefiting a lot from YouTube, and that actually was my original reason, right? It helps sometimes to go back. Like, if you're going to go back to the past, sometimes it's okay to go back to remind yourself of why you started to begin with. Like, why did I want to start this channel to begin with? The initial thought was YouTube, internet. I benefited so much. I learned so much. I've gained so much from it, from other people's generosity. And I was, I guess, being generous, but not in the same way, right? I wasn't sharing like this. I guess I was being overly picky about who I share it with, to the point where it was just like one person here, two people there, and then if those situations didn't go right, it was like, I'm not gonna share. It's like, which is why she's clutching that purse. It's like, tired of people trying to take my pearls. Tired of people trying to steal my pearls. And it's like, well, I think I also said in the last video about my mysteriousness. I feel like I've been pegged a lot as being mysterious, and I can feel it because I'm very intuitive. People have questions, and I feel like sometimes people they aren't asking enough questions, and they aren't asking the right questions. Like, ask me the question. Why aren't they asking me? You have all these questions. People are just looking at, I can feel it. I can feel all these questions coming at me, and I'm like, I can just answer them generally here, and those who resonate will find it, and blah blah blah, right? Okay. The next card I pulled was this Two of Cups. Two of Swords, actually. Where's my Two of Swords? Oh no, the next card I pulled was the Strength card. Just gonna go in order the way I wrote it. The Strength card. She looks like a young lady. It's like she's posing for it's like a model pose, and she has this lamb hair, and her face looks like a half a lion. And many of you have probably seen this card. If you've been around tarot for a while, you've seen this deck. It's the Light Seers deck. I finally remember the name of it, and I have the box anymore. And let's see what I wrote. I deliberately shine my compassion and strength. I wrote down, fierce serenity. She can always access the steady courage that resides within her, and it brings her places of deep peace. Right? And so it's okay to go out there to be the kind, generous person that you are, and hopefully those experiences where you didn't feel as appreciated, these experiences are supposed to help us gain strength. They say grow a thicker skin, right? There's a lot of folks out here have the desire to be famous, and then when a boohoo cry every time someone has something negative to say, and it's like, it comes with the territory. Grow that thicker skin, go out, be the kind, generous person that you are. Take the time, maybe think about where you can afford to be so generous, or what generosity should look like for you. And this way you don't have to not be generous. You can still be yourself, be your giving, kind, generous self. And now that you have this thicker skin, and now that you have those experiences, now okay, this person's not, when now you feel confident that you can better now spot somebody who's not worth your time, right? Go out there, be a generous self. And matter of fact, DMX says, there's a video that I was going to share at some point. There's a video I scrolled by of DMX talking about trust, right? He said, you don't have to trust people. You don't have to just trust people. Trust people to be themselves. Trust people to be who they are, and trust yourself. Trust your ability to see them clearly. And trust that you know what to do. And that's that. You're dealing with somebody as generous as you, then you can open up some more. Okay, this is flowing. This is good. You're being your generous self, and you notice this person is, their energy is not vibing, and it's like, okay, not you. And that's what I appreciate about this YouTube thing, because all right, now I don't have to be so nitpicky, right? Whoever resonates with this is going to find me. If we don't resonate, you won't find me. And that's fine. That works. That works for me. I don't have to repress myself. I don't have to repress my natural self, my natural giving self. Boom. Strength. Having the strength to know better. Having the strength and to know that you can bring out this lion when you need to. You can be your soft, gentle self. That's why this lamb is sitting there. That's what it represents. She's soft, she's gentle. This lamb, trust her, right? But she has this lion inside of her, and she knows that she can roar when she needs to. There's that. 7 of Wands is the next card. Seven, this young lady, she's in this bubble, she's meditating, and these wands are pointed at her, right? These wands represent the haters. So I'm gonna say what I wrote. I show up bravely and I stand my ground. There's that one. I show up bravely and I stand my ground, right? Because that's what happens. The more you're in a spotlight, the more success you reach, the more you achieve, the more there's the people with the wands that wants to poke that bubble, right? This is her bubble of peace. This is her bubble of peace, right? And you hear the sound in the background, right? So to me, that kind of represents the hater energy. There's the haters that want you to be disrupted. The haters that want you to be off your game, right? It's who does she think she is? Right? See? Perfect example. There goes the sound. There go the disruptances, right? That's that hater energy. Wanting to poke her bubble of peace. They wanted to break her peace. She's like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm at peace within. I'm at peace, boo. I'm at peace, boo. I'm at peace within. Right? Look at her hair. She can't even cross her legs properly. Right? There's always somebody. There's always something. There's always something somebody can pick at. And that's life, right? That's life. So what I said in the last video, why do you get to be the exception? Haters exist. They're not going to skip over you. Right? That is life, right? That's where the strength comes in at, right? That's where my strength is. That is life. I'm an Aquarius, right? Whatever that strength looks like for you, right? Aquarius is air, right? So we're able to just go, meh. I grew up around a lot of Libras. Like I said, Libras is the same thing. I grew up around a lot of people who I grew up around a lot of people who have that logic, right? How is that helping you? How is this productive? right? That's that Libra talk. How is this productive? How does this help you? How is listening to that person helping you? It's not. So you need to stop, right? That's how all my brothers and sisters, my mom's a Cancer, right? That's how everybody talks. So it was very much a part of my upbringing, and it also happens. See, more disruptances, right? That's the disruptances. I like motorcycles. I also feel like when I hear the motorcycles and ambulances roll by, I actually interpret that as confirmation of what I'm saying. Like, go for it. You know, like when I hear motorcycle to me represents fast movement. A motorcycle for me represents fast moving forward, right? Which is what I'm trying to do here. Move forward with my life, move forward with my ideas, move forward in my sharing, right? Spirit told me to share, I'm sharing, I'm moving forward. Okay, the next card I have here is the World card. The World card. It's another bubble. I just realized that. It's similar, what I wrote. I ascend to new levels of awareness. I am love. So it represents completion, joy, happy endings, right? I talk a lot about, and I probably will talk a lot about overcoming depression, right? I feel like these are the kinds of achievement, that's the kind of achievement that doesn't get announced to everyone. No one showed up to give me a reward. Say, oh wow, I noticed you beat your depression. Here's some money. Said no one ever. And I think a lot of people got so comfortable with this idea of, I feel like that depression became so much a part of my personality that people thought of it as a part of my personality. And so now that I'm like, you know, I'm in this different space of like feeling actual joy, and I be talking from that place. I've literally had some people look at me like, are you okay? It's like, I'm sorry you don't know what joy looks like, but don't come try to burst my bubble. Because you don't believe in it. Some people just don't believe in such thing. A lot of people don't believe in such a thing. There's no such thing as joy and fulfillment. You just live life. You do the best you could and you get out. There's no fulfillment. There's no happy endings for people. Some people don't believe in happy endings, right? Don't let that burst your bubble. You have a happy ending. That was a happy ending, right? Life consists of a lot of beginnings and endings. It's more disruptances, more bubbles. more attempt to burst the bubble. It's okay. I like bikes. That's fine. It's funny, right? This always happens, right? When I'm sitting here, I'll be sitting here for a while and there's no one. As soon as I start, that's the Seven of Wands energy. People wanting to burst my bubble. But it's okay, right? I've been celebrating myself. I've been celebrating myself by myself, in my own way. No party necessary. Just me. Because now with this clearer mind and this new sense of self, right? This higher sense of awareness, this higher sense of consciousness, this stronger. I feel like overcoming the hardships, I feel like bonded me more to my spirit guidance, my spirit guides, and my spirit guidance, my ancestors, those other magical beings that help guide me through. If nothing else, I feel 1,000 times more confirmed in that relationship, right? It's like I trusted my intuition and it worked. I trusted my intuition in certain situations and it worked. And that's an achievement. And why can't I feel joy about that? Other people don't know. Everybody don't know what it is we're going through. Everybody don't know what you're going through. Everybody don't know what you're experiencing. And therefore, everybody don't know what you overcame. So it's okay. It's okay to feel celebratory. So I feel like that's my celebratory energy, attracting the playful energy. It's There's two like the teenage looking guys over here, literally playing like two puppies. It's cute actually. But anywho, the next card I have Two of Swords. Right? It looks like trouble. When I read it, it'll make more sense when I read it. When blinded by the unknown, I trust myself to find the light. Stalemate, crossroads, making difficult choices. What I want to add is either choice you make will lead you. Either choice will be the right choice, because that's how the universe works. I'm gonna say that. Either choice will be the right choice. Sometimes we get to a place where, I know I do this, right? And I've actually given readings. I've said this to other folks in readings and recognize the reflection, right? So used to following spiritual guidance that I'm always looking for spiritual guidance, right? I'm so used to following guidance. See, they just have to do it. I'm so used to fighting guidance that I'm always looking for more guidance. I'm so used to following instruction that I'm always looking for more instruction. And there are some times when Spirit is like, hey, you're good. Now you can actually just go do whatever you want. Right? What do you want to do? Right? There's so many times where I'm just like, Spirit, I do it. I'm so used to following these instructions that I start looking for more instruction. And it's like, I don't let it pass. They're teenagers, right? I don't know. They're still learning spatial awareness. And it's okay, right? I'm gonna keep going. This is gonna get posted, cause this video, look, I'm feeling cute today, so this is getting posted. Anyway, I follow my intuition. That like you follow your intuition, you're in the clear, right? A large part of the point was learning that I can trust my intuition, right? Like that was a large part of the point. They're just like, you got it. You understand. You can trust. You know how to trust your intuition now. You know that you know how to listen to us now. There's not always going to be instruction. Sometimes it's just go play, right? What these two kids are doing right now. It's okay. Just go outside and play. Go enjoy. Go and celebrate. Be outside. Like maybe I should be celebrating right now instead of doing a reading. I don't know. Maybe that's what Spirit's telling me. Right? Go celebrate. Go enjoy. Go enjoy this new you. Go play. It's all right. Right? That sounds a lot different from what it looks like. Right? Oftentimes when I see birds and tarot cards, that to me that represents guidance. It represents guidance. Like you've been following the guidance. You don't gotta be all caught up. You don't gotta be caught up looking for more guidance. You don't gotta be caught up looking for more instruction all the time. You know what to do. You got the instruction a long time ago. Now it's time to go do it. You cleared your head. You got over that depression, right? You broke the chains. Go play. Go celebrate. Go enjoy. It's all right. The next card up is the Moon card. I always thought this was a very pretty card. Like I would love to have this picture blown up, but I trust my intuition and I float. There was a whole long spiel, and I just took out this one sentence that I really liked. When she stopped struggling is when she began to float to the surface, breathing in all the magic of the moment. I'm gonna say that again. When she stopped struggling, referring to the lady in the card, edit accordingly. When she stopped struggling is when she began to float to the surface, breathing in all the magic of the moment, right? So it's like releasing. Sometimes we get so used to struggle we're not used to not struggling. And so we almost kind of like struggle with not struggling. We kind of struggle with like, is it really over? I've done it. I think I've been doing it for a while now. Which is why these messages before this were actually really similar. I feel like this message is reflective of even myself having finally starting to allow myself to float to the top, right? Because I was struggling with this idea of like, is it really over? Right? I was dealing with spell work, dealing with hexes and all this other crap, right? And it's like, is it really over? It's like I'm struggling with this idea that the struggle is really over. And it's like, stop. Spirit is like, stop. Stop. We told you we got this. Right? We told you we got this. We just needed you to take care of you. We got what's going on back here. Right? Don't get so used to struggling that you're struggling with struggling. I was trying to remember something, never mind. Right? So she got into this water, and when she finally stopped struggling, when she finally stopped fighting, it's dark out, it's night out, that's what it represents. It's nighttime and it's dark, she couldn't see, right? And it's extra scary to fall into some water in the nighttime. You don't know up from down, right? And when she finally, at some point in during her struggle, the moon's light shines through. The moon's light started to shine through. And she had an epiphany, she had a moment like, duh, that's light from the moon. That way is up. That way is up. All right. She finally started to calm a little bit, and she was able to float towards the top, the light. So like even when it's night, even when it's dark, there's usually some light. There's usually something that, even if that light is your own intuition, even if that light is a light that emanates from you, you can find some light, and you can float to the top. And you can like finding that light, getting that epiphany. That's what I appreciate about receiving guidance from spirit, right? Like that, I'll have that dream, I'll get that inkling. There'll be some synchronistic moment that'll tell me it's okay, and I'll finally start to relax, and you can now you can float to the top. The irony of this, the funny thing about this conversation about floating is I still have not mastered floating in the water literally. So yeah, that's something to think about. I haven't been to a pool in a while, so like, I don't know. Maybe I've learned some things, and maybe now when I get in the water, I'll float. And this also coincides, right? So now that you're in this newfound energy, it's funny because this represents what I said earlier, right? About constantly starting new projects, and that's what this represents, right? Throwing this wand up in the air. It's Page of Pentacles, right? So you starting something, not finishing it, kind of tossing that up in the air, and starting another thing, not finishing it, or having an idea, maybe not even starting on that idea, and some time goes by and you have another idea. So again, so it's like you've been through these experiences, right? Maybe you've learned more how to protect your peace. Maybe you learn more how to protect your peace. You learn more how to trust the intuition. So now it's time to start grounding those ideas. Right? Lean into this Libra energy. Where do you need to find balance? Do you need to sleep less? Do you need to sleep more? Do you need to exercise more? That helps. That's why I go for walks. Like, I could, sometimes I am one of those people that like to exercise and, do push-ups and whatnot. And when I'm feeling lazy about doing a full workout, I will still just walk. Just walk. Allow myself to just stop thinking for a second. Go out, enjoy nature, watch the bunnies. There's some bunny rabbits that pop up every now and again, and little cats that pop up every now and again. That's what I love about nature, right? Connecting with nature helps us to reconnect to our natural selves, right? Because we are nature. Nature is not outside of us. We are nature. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. You go into the ground for a reason, right? There are a lot of cultures that that doesn't do coffins, right? They wrap you and they just put you in the ground. I actually have mixed feelings about coffins, to be honest with you. I don't think I want to be in a coffin either. It's like, if I'm supposed to disintegrate into the dirt, then let it be. Let's not, I got my dad a really nice coffin. He wanted a nice coffin. I get him a nice coffin. Get him whatever he wants. But we were trying to be cute, so we picked a coffin that actually had. They had names for these coffins, right? And it was called the Spartan, right? The Spartan. I always saw my dad as kind of a GI Joe. He was in the military, so I wanted to match his energy somehow, right? So, I don't know what that has to do with anything, but I guess it's like understanding his nature, right? Understanding his nature and wanting to match that energy, and so like connect with nature, get out, create. It's funny because I actually started. I'm wrapping this up. I'm definitely wrapping this up. I started to pull some cards. I wanted to pull some cards from my dragon deck too, right? I only brought out 2 decks today. Keep it real simple. Excuse me. And I was shuffling this dragon deck, and I actually feel a lot like this dragon deck didn't feel like talking. It sounds weird to say that, right? It sounds weird to say that, but I kind of feel like this dragon deck doesn't want to talk. But the cards that I kept pulling up just kept saying, all right, I'll read this one. Brings the leap of joy that opens new doors. Right, so it's rainbow. That's why I just went ahead and went with this. I'll go with this card. Cause it's a rainbow. Rainbow is nature, y'all. Right? Rainbow is nature. It's natural. A rainbow is light. Yes, I'm an LGBT person. Blah blah blah. We never said we own rainbows now. Things are getting really out of hand, throwing out everything that has a rainbow on it. All right, rainbows is one of the first things you drew as a kid because it's easy to draw. Right? You have a box of crayons that has all these colors in it, and you can just do this. It's just easy to draw. But at the end of the day, a rainbow is light. Rainbow is spectrum of light. When you bring all these colors together, you have light. And so this spectrum represents the spectrum of like your multifacetedness, right? This one's gonna really make straight people mad. What I'm about to say is gonna make the homophobes real mad. Because technically speaking, everyone is represented in that rainbow flag. The rainbow flag isn't necessarily about representing LGBT. No. It's about the spectrum of human expression. The rainbow represents the spectrum of human expression. So technically, anybody can use that rainbow. Anybody can use that rainbow. It's like, it's meant to be inclusive for everyone. It represents the spectrum of human expression. And so like, what's the spectrum of all your expressions? Right? So yes, you are the light. I have a light. But when I spectrum my light, what are all the colors of me? What are all the colors of you? What does your red look like? What does your purple look like? What does your blue look like? What does your yellow look like? Right? And if you want to be extra esoteric about it, it also represents the various chakras, right? The chakras, the rainbow colors, they're the same. They're more or less the same. I think the chakras has 2 blues. But anyway, so you're shining your light, and in shining your light, it's okay to kind of, what are all your colors? What is the spectrum of your expression? What is the spectrum of your? What are the spectrum? I didn't even know how to put that in a sentence, but I think you get it. Whew. That's an airplane. It's okay. Nothing crazy is happening. That's just an airplane. There's an airport nearby. Feeling fly. It's time to fly, right? It's time to fly. It's time to spread those wings and fly. Yeah, that sounds good. That feels good. I think we're good here, y'all. We got this, all right? Peace.